Why play Mundo in the top lane? For starters, he is a tanky champion. He's a late game threat of a brick wall. He does surprisingly high damage, and he is a great team fighter. However, when playing him, you are very weak early on, and you lack hard CC like other tanks, which means you can get kited. For his abilities, Mundo's passive will give him bonus health regen, as well as a shield which will prevent the first CC effect. When the spell shield gets popped, you take damage and drop a canister. Then you can pick up the canister to get that health back and lower the cooldown. Mundo's Q throws a cleaver. This does cost health to use, but it's cheaper if you don't miss. Mundo's W activates a small effect around him which damages enemies. When you press W again, it pops this, hurting enemies around you, and you heal for some of the damage dealt. Mundo's E passively gives you AD. When activated, it's an auto attack reset which does additional damage and has a slightly longer range. If the target dies to this attack, it gets pushed away, hurting everything it passes through. Finally, Mundo's ultimate is a huge steroid which heals him immediately, gives him huge health regen as well as movement speed and bonus AD for 10 seconds. For Masteries, go for this. It makes you tanky and lets you chase people down. For summoners, you can go Flash TP or Ghost TP. Try out Ghost TP, it's actually really good. For build order, start Shield and Pot. Next, get your tier 2 boots followed by Frozen Fist. As 3rd, 4th and 5th items, these are all great options, just build whichever defenses you need. As your final item, either build one of the items above that you haven't built yet, or any of these can work too. For early game, it's important to understand Mundo is weak. He doesn't do much damage and is easy to kill. Avoid trading where you can and just poke at them with cleavers. And if you can set up a good lane freeze like you see in the clip, you'll be able to safely get to your brilliant mid game. If you do get zoned from the wave, just farm with cleavers and wait until you get your ultimate to start applying pressure. As you can see from the clip, at around level 8 or 9, I like to start putting pressure on my opponent. And even with money to spend and pretty average farm, my opponent can no longer bully me. Entering the mid game, you hit level 11, you get your level 2 ultimate, and this is where you start being obnoxious. You should look to take 2v2 and 3v3 fights. You'll often find that without them having their entire team, they simply can't kill you before you kill them. Converting these fights into towers, dragons, and other objectives is how you win games. In late game team fights, your job is to be the brick wall at the front. Your Frozen Fist and cleavers slow anything trying to get past you, while you eat up all the punishment coming from the other team. When the team fight is ending, your movement speed and cleavers let you chase down any enemies that are fleeing. However, don't prioritize this over getting big objectives. So how do you convert all of this into a win? With Mundo, the way you're looking to win is to win big team fights and then end the game. While you're building up to team fights, always be looking for those smaller skirmishes. Either kill them or force them back, and then you convert this into objectives. This will make sure you and your team are in the strongest position and have the most map control for when the fight starts. And this situation where you have all the map control is the perfect situation for Mundo. You can make sure that you get the fights you want and they're coming to your dragons and barons, not the other way around. And for my final tip, always use your cleaver to check any bushes that are suspect as hell. Cheers for watching, guys.